Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock, and we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We have made it through the middle of the week. It is 4 o'clock p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon, and so we felt that it would be a great time to ask people to join us to sit around for about 20 minutes to learn about Marion County School District and the supports that we have. We are here in South Carolina, and for those of you maybe not in close proximity to us this afternoon, it is actually 70 degrees and sunny and beautiful. And so when we talk about why you need to bring your journey to Marion County, for those who may be in cold, snowy weather, Marion County, South Carolina would be a great place for you to look into as options when you're looking at your teaching career. So again, we are excited that you chose to join us today. And during this webinar, we're going to focus on why you need to consider bringing your journey to Marion County School District here in South Carolina. We have our guest, Dr. Angela Huggins. She is our Assistant Superintendent for Administrative and Academic Services. And to get us started, before we do, we just want to have a little housekeeping. Anytime during our webinar that you may have a question or two, please type it into the chat bar of the Zoom on your Zoom screen. And at the end of our webinar, we will consider some of the questions that you've asked and just appreciate you making this interactive for us. So to get us started, again, Dr. Angela Huggins, welcome. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Again, she serves as our Assistant Superintendent, and she and her team, if we had to describe it, we would describe their office as being really laser focused throughout the entire school year on providing support for our teachers in the classroom and with our curriculum. But before we dive in, Dr. Huggins, let's talk a little bit about Marion County itself here in South Carolina, where we're located, some demographics about our district.
Sure, and as Ms. Grant mentioned, it is a beautiful day in South Carolina, and especially in Marion County. We are located in a unique spot. We're about an hour from Myrtle Beach. We're about not quite 2 hours from Columbia, not far from Wilmington. So it's easy proximity to get to lots of places that offer much larger opportunities in terms of shopping and entertainment and those kinds of things. But the thing that we do have in Marion County is that wonderful small town feel that we would love for you to experience. We have a rural population, a rural community dotted with some small towns, but the piece that we think about most often here in Marion County is those communities of people who come together and want to make great things happen for our children. So we have about 4,300 children here in our district. We are a low socioeconomic district with 100% of our students qualifying for free and reduced lunch. About 68% African American, 22% white, and about 10% other. So we do have a mixture of nationalities and a variety of children here who come from a variety of backgrounds. But the piece that ties us all together is a love for our students and a love for our community.
So in the opening, I kind of we wanted to talk about why they would want to consider bringing their journey to Marion County School District. So if you could share with us, why did you choose to bring your career and your journey here in Marion County?
Well, actually, I brought my journey back to Marion County. I had been a principal here in the former District 7, which is the most rural part of our county. The Britton's Neck area, and was a principal there for 8 years, and then came and worked at the district office and made the decision to step out and go to a much larger district, and was there for a few years, and then just really missed the feel of being in a small district and being able to make a difference that I could directly see, and the impact that I could have on students, and through interactions with them and through interactions with adults. And so it made me want to come back. I miss that hometown feel.
And we are excited that you decided to bring your journey back to our district.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into the meat of what we want our future potential candidates to know about us. Let's talk about support. So knowing that we have some teachers who will come join us who are first-year teachers, brand new out of the university or their college, haven't had much seat time in the classroom. Let's talk about what type of support do we offer for teachers who are just starting their career?
So all teachers across the state will receive a mentorship opportunity. That's something that the state of South Carolina provides. As a first-year teacher, you're provided a mentor, an induction class, and a variety of support that just so that you can be successful in beginning that career opportunity. But here in Marion County, we go a step further. So in addition to having that induction class and having that mentor provided and having that team of people here from the district office, from human resources and other areas, we also have some other things in place, such as my team, the others who work in our curriculum office, we visit classrooms daily. I was in a classroom today of a first-year teacher. We just hired her to come and join us after the winter holidays. And so it's her third week of school, and I stopped in and checked to see how she was doing. And so it's those personal connections that we feel allow us to make a difference for first-year teachers. Another piece that I feel like is really important is, we'll talk later about onboarding teams, I think.
Right.
Yes. But onboarding teams, I think, are really important because from the very moment that you're hired, you become ours. And we want to provide that support for you and give you an opportunity to start to build relationships before the first day of school ever happens. And so during those onboarding sessions, we help you to better understand the community, better understand the levels of support that you can get from the classroom, from teachers on your team, and what levels of support we can provide here at the district level.
Okay. And so I would like for us to talk a little bit later on in our webinar more about the onboarding team. Sure. But to continue our conversation about support, we talked about support for first-year teachers, those new teachers. We have lots of experienced teachers who are also coming to our district. How does the support that we offer someone who's had some seat time in the classroom, what do we have to offer to them?
We recognize that teachers who are coming to us with some experience have different needs than first-year teachers.
Right.
And so we want you to let us know what those needs are. And so as a small community, we are able to spend more time getting to know teachers so that we can get to know their individual needs. And by doing that, we are able to take the needs of individual teachers and kind of craft some of those supports to their individual needs. So we do that through a variety of ways. One of the ways that we may do that is through some one-on-one coaching. We have some opportunities within our schools to receive coaching from mentor teachers, from our master teachers, from our lead teachers. We provide support from our office. As of right now, we have some folks downstairs in the basement doing some curriculum work, and those are teachers in the classroom who are giving us feedback on first semester and how the curriculum has worked for them and what supports they need moving into second semester. So we really value teachers' voice and want to ensure that we hear that and we take that into consideration when we're providing our support. Another piece is through our STEP meetings, and those are our Supporting Teacher Effectiveness Project meetings. It's similar to a PLC, and so in those meetings, teachers identify a need and identify possible solutions and do some work together to determine what the next steps might be. So it's almost like a mini research project that's constantly going on. We're gathering information, we're trying it out in the classroom, we're seeing if it's working, and then we're making adjustments. And so we're listening to what teachers have to say as a result of what's happening in their classroom with their children here in Marion County, looking at the data and looking at ways that we can provide support. So those pieces are ongoing. The other thing that I think that we have is that we have some unique programs here in Marion County. And so as a result of those, we have some specific reports and supports and resources. So if Montessori is something that you're interested in, we have some specific support for that. If they are interested in STEM work, we have some specific supports for that. Career and technology education, some supports for that. So we try to tailor it to the needs of the teacher, and we find what those needs are by listening.
One thing that I kept hearing when you were talking about the supports that we offer, the word curriculum. You said we had, I know today we have some teachers down in our professional development room working on curriculum. You said that we talked about changes that we need to make for second semester that we've realized in first semester. So let's talk about curriculum. You know, what does our curriculum look like here in our district that teachers may be interested in learning more about?
Well, state standards drive all the work that we're doing.
Okay.
And so as being a school district in South Carolina, we start with those state standards and use that to guide our instruction.
Okay.
But in using those standards, we have identified some programs that have been quite successful for us. Some of the teachers who are downstairs right now are working with Eureka Math.
Okay.
And Eureka Math is a research-based program that we're using from child development through 8th grade. It's very much conceptual in teaching and helps children really to understand concepts. And they're making some adjustments right now to their pacing guides and making some adjustments to the assessments that they've created so that they can be more beneficial to the teacher in the classroom to gauge where children are. We also are using Plantis and Pinnell Classroom in many of our classrooms, another research-based program. That's important to us, that we're using programs that we know have the research behind them to say these are supports that are proven to help children to learn better. And we also have some programs that are a little bit different. We have a great facility. It's called the Academy of Early Learning.
Right. And
this is where our 4-year-olds are. And all the 4-year-olds from our district are brought together in one space. And it provides a unique opportunity in that we can use developmentally appropriate practices for little people to help them to grow not only academically, but also with their social and emotional intelligence as well. So that's been a huge focus for us. We'd love for you to come and visit that early childhood program. It's a fun place to be.
It is fun.
Another piece that you'll see at the Academy of Early Learning, as well as another of our elementary schools, at our primary school, is our Montessori program. And this is a way that we're able to differentiate instruction. Some children learn much better when they're able to process information on their own. They need that think time, and they are much more independent learners. And so Montessori allows them that opportunity. There are opportunities for teacher-directed lessons, but a good bit of the work is done student-driven, and the children are able to have, students are able to have some voice in what they're doing throughout the day. They have some choice. We do have a STEM Academy, brand new
initiative this year.
Exactly, and we're really excited about that. We've seen lots of exciting things happen as a result of our STEM Academy, and there is a unique curriculum that goes with that program in that STEM class. And so as a result of the STEM class, we're integrating some STEM initiatives and science and engineering process standards and some of those other things throughout our classroom day, in addition to just having that STEM class, which leads us directly into our academies for career and technology. So that's a program that we have that allows us to help students find out a possibility for a future career, something that they might be interested in. Let me learn a little bit about this as they're
get my feet wet, see if I like it.
See if this might be something that I'm interested in, and as a result, earn some credentials that they can use to take with them when they leave to go to the workforce, to go to the military, or to go to an institution of higher learning.
So if we have teachers who are watching interested in Montessori classrooms, we have opportunities. If you're interested in STEM, opportunities for those who love our little ones, interested in working in a 4-year-old, the Academy of Early Learning. So we have a lot of opportunities for teachers who may have preferences or choices. We have teachers who are interested in wanting to know how they can grow their career or how they can go up the career ladder. Let's share with our viewers, what opportunities do we have here in Marion County for teachers who want to grow their career, for leadership possibilities maybe?
Well, I think oftentimes when we talk about growing your career in the educational setting, many teachers feel as if they have to leave the classroom. And so we're very fortunate in that we have opportunities for teachers to stay in the classroom, but still have opportunities for growth and for leadership. And some of those opportunities are things such as being part of the onboarding team that we talked about earlier, being part of that group that really welcomes folks into our schools and into our communities and plays that role. We department chairs, being able to help lead your peers. We also have opportunities for teachers to be master teachers, and that's where you open your classroom up for other teachers to come in and visit. And
Or that observation classroom.
exactly,
Yeah.
as an observation classroom. So you have that leadership role, and oftentimes you might serve on an instructional leadership team. We call it an ILT team. You may be part of the ILT team as well. But you're able to still stay in the classroom. Now, if your goal is to move from the classroom into another administrative type role, we have those opportunities as well. We have a lead teacher role, and that role is still working with teachers very closely. It's a coaching type role, but the teacher does not have a full classroom of her own. We also have opportunities for assistant principals, principals, district office staff. And we want to support you in that journey. So whether your goal is to stay in the classroom and to be a leader that way, we can support you in those efforts. Or if your goal is to step out of the classroom and lead teachers in a different way, we can provide support for you that as well.
We do. So we do have a plethora of just opportunities for those who want to grow in a variety of ways. As we talked about in the beginning, giving an overview of our district, we have 9 schools.
We do.
And approximately 4,300 students. So we're relatively a very small district.
We are.
You mentioned that you went to work at one time for a much larger district, but let's talk about what advantages small districts have for teachers versus a much larger district. What do we have to offer being small?
Well, we've asked folks that. We've asked some teachers to give us some feedback on what are the reasons that you stay in Marion. If you come here, if this hasn't been your home, where you grew up, where you went to school, if this is a new place for you, or if you had grown up here, what made you want to stay? And so the main reason is that you can directly impact students' lives here in Marion County. And I know that most of us went into education because we did want to make an impact, but being such a small district, you're able to see that impact more readily. Whenever we have a small number of students, every little bit counts, and every opportunity that you have to provide support makes a tremendous difference in their future. Other reasons that folks talk about coming to Marion County are to and staying with us is the relationships they have with their colleagues. And we hear folks say, "Oh, we're a family, and when we come together." But I feel sure that as soon as you come to Marion County, you'll see that we're not just talking. We're not just saying that folks do feel as if that they have someone that they can go to. They have colleagues that become family, and that it's a place that they feel as if that they're supported inside and outside the classroom. And then the other reason is because of location. We talked about how close we are to Myrtle Beach, how close we are to Wilmington, easy to get to Columbia, Charleston, some of those other places. Not far, but you can still maintain that small rural hometown feel, but have easy access to big cities as well.
That's right. And on a personal level, I have been in the district. I'm finishing or starting, where I said we're mid-semester, so I'm finishing and starting my 25th year in the district. And I can truly attest that part of the reason of staying is just community. It's the community that we live in, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But it's the relationships that we build with our colleagues. We are very small, so our peers that we teach with, the staff, not only in our school, but in schools that may be in our attendance area or our district office, just getting to know each other and feeling the support that we have and knowing that we have someone to turn to. I mean, it really does make a difference. We're a name. We're not a number.
Exactly.
And so we have that close-knit community feel. But talking about a fit, we are looking for ones that we're the right fit for, and certainly that's something that people need to look at for themselves. But let's talk a little bit about what are we looking for in teachers.
First and foremost, we're looking for someone who loves children. We're looking for someone who wants to make a difference on a daily basis and who wants to be in a small community and who recognizes that their love for children is going to help them to help children succeed. So we can help you with support to learn new programs, to learn curriculum initiatives, those kinds of things. But we really want someone who loves kids and who knows their content. We'll continue to provide support for you, but we want someone who has good instructional strategies and who knows the content and the state standards. And we want someone who recognizes that the smaller community may be a little different than what you're used to, But if you're looking for that small hometown feel, we're the place for you.
Okay. We talked a little earlier about onboarding teams. So for teachers who may be relocating to our area or locating, let's talk about those onboarding teams and the assistance that they'll offer to help them come in and start creating their relationships and knowing that they made the right fit.
Well, anytime you go to a new place or start a new job, a new initiative, a new career, those things are scary. And there are lots of unknowns that come with that. And one of the things our onboarding team tries to do is take away some of those barriers and some of those concerns. So from the moment that you sign that contract and you become a member of our team, we start helping you to navigate our community. So it could be, where's the best grocery store? Where do I find childcare? Right. Who's the local dentist? Where's the doctor's office? If I have a shirt that I need tailored, who do I go to? Those kinds of things. How do I get my lights turned on? And so the onboarding teams help with those kinds of things. They also help you to find a church or a place of worship, if that's something that you're interested in. They can put you in contact with some of the places in town that may have opportunities for entertainment and some of those kinds of things. But they're just here to kind of be that welcome wagon, that next door neighbor.
Welcome wagon.
Exactly.
That's how we like to refer to them. They're our welcome wagon.
Exactly. It makes you feel good. And there are ones also that'll say, hey, I'm not sure what you're doing Friday night, but we're going to get something to eat. You want to come with us? Exactly. And that just helps you to be part of that community and feel a part. And so I think that those are important. So it's that companionship, that friendship, that collegiality kind of piece that leads to support in the classroom as well. Because whenever you have somebody that you know that you can go to and say, hey, I'm not quite sure what the process is for filling out a purchase order, or I'm not sure how to fill out a field trip request, then you already have somebody that you know that you can go to.
And you feel safe doing it.
Exactly.
Okay, so as we come to a close for our webinar for today, is there any last thing that you want our ones who joined us today to know about support that we have in Marion County School District?
I think the main thing that I'd want folks to know is that we really do listen to our teachers. And whether those teachers are first-year teachers or they're teachers who've been with us here for a while, we're in schools, we're in classrooms. I visited a classroom of a first-year teacher today. I was in the classroom yesterday of a teacher in her second year here with us, just providing some support. And it feels good as the assistant superintendent to have teachers email me or see me and say, can you come by and observe me and give me some feedback on this? Right. It's not a place where those of us who work here at the district offices are seen as people who don't, that's not our role. Our role is here to provide support and to help you grow in the profession so that you can be the best teacher that you can be for our students.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So we do have a question or two that came in through our panel. And one thing that the questions, we're talking about salary and benefits. We are allowed state benefits in South Carolina through our Public Employment Benefits Authority, which we refer to as PEBA. So we do have options for health insurance, life insurance, dental, and vision for both the employee and their dependents. We do have state retirement that we offer. So once you become a teacher with our district, you are vested to begin your retirement with the state. Sick and personal leave, we have that so that when you have, that's just one less thing that you have to be burdened with if you're out sick or need a day or two just to take care of maybe some personal issues. We do have personal and sick leave. The district pays for an optional life insurance policy at no cost to the employee. So we have just a plethora of options and benefits. You can go online to our Human Resources Department and actually see our salary scale so that you would know where you fell in line where your salary would be, knowing that salary is very important. And also, we want to talk about some next steps. We would like to invite you February 1st to our teacher meet and greet. That will be at 11 o'clock, but all of the information that we have for our upcoming events can be found on our district website. I think we have a screen. Can we flip back to maybe the slide that has our district web address on it? Thank you. So if you're interested in applying or looking at some of our future events that we have, if you would visit our website, all of the information that you would need would be, could be there. And also there is our phone number. Please reach out and contact us if there's more information or just a question that you have. So our next webinar, we will have it on February the 12th at 4 o'clock. You can register just like you did today under our employment. And what we will focus on during our next webinar is what is it like to actually live here in Marion County? So if you're looking for a place to call home, we encourage you to please join us on that for our next coffee chat then. And please follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and certainly our district website. And we look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to possibly meeting you in person at our teacher meet and greet. And certainly we look forward to receiving your application. So we appreciate your time this afternoon. We appreciate the time that you've given us for this afternoon and look forward to hearing you and learning more about you. Thanks for joining us.